I think our offense played the best game they have all season. I think Top came in clutch. I think we played an awesome second half. I'm super proud of this team and excited to see Westchester again.
Great. Questions? What transpired during halftime? The other team gets a big goal to cut the margin to 2, and you go on a 5-goal run to start the second half. Did somebody say anything? Did you say anything during halftime?
I mean, I said something during halftime. I don't remember what it was. I think we just talked about having to play a full, strong second half, and everybody knew what was on the line. So I think we just went out there and went for it.
We expect Emily Rotunda and Hannah Cicerelle to have big games, but when Kiki Fitzpatrick scores 4 times, do you expect to win when you get a contribution like that from somebody who's not a goal scorer with the prowess of those two?
Well, we've been running Kiki in a sub box with McKenna for the last 3 games. And honestly, Kiki is some of the best stick work on the entire team. And I think it was great for her to have a good day. She's very good. So it's not surprising to me that she had 4 goals today. She was in the right place at the right time. She moved the ball really well. I'm super proud of her.
Early on in the game, you got multiple goals on cuts from the corner directly in front. Seton Hill called a timeout. It seemed like it was harder to do that for the rest of the first half. What adjustments did you make in the final quarter of the field to counteract or find another way to generate those chances?
So Rachel does a lot of our play calling. So we adjusted from that, went a different direction. But I think we had to utilize our girls being face guarded as well to the best of our ability. And I think Hannah and Emily did a great job of handling that face guard.
It's not just Bagata that's responsible for the draw control. So if you see the stats, you have 20-9 for the game. What does it say about your team with the tenacity to get those loose balls after a goal, especially after the other team scores?
I think McKenna and Emily were clutch on the draw circle today. How many did McKenna have?
McKenna, let's see, it has looking to see how many. I did say wins. I can tell you that Minnesota had 5.
Yes. I think so. I think they were clutch. Madison Bagata was putting the ball to space exactly where we needed her to do that, and they were coming up feisty. I mean, we just didn't give up today.
We've talked about these players, this group of players you recruited that basically began the base of this run. And again, Gemma Duke being the walk-on. What does it say about this program where you can show someone you're recruiting? You might be just a walk-on, but there's so many great things that can possibly happen at the end.
Oh, Leo doesn't agree. I think that we're really. Go ahead, bud. Go ahead, go to top. You see top? Go ahead. Want to go to top? No. I think it shows that we're growing players. People are getting better as they're here, and we're developing them. And I think that just goes to our coaching staff. And I'm super proud of, like I said, the staff.
You got a young lady in net who achieved another milestone today.
Yes.
How do you feel when you see another player at this program, a program that means so much to you in many ways, just get through another rung and potentially has more rungs to clear?
I'm so proud of her. She knows she's one of my favorite people of all time. She's a great kid, and she just goes out there and kills it. There'll be more milestones. Milestones are meant to be broken. So I'm excited for those who come in and give that a run.
Tomorrow's an important day. How much of it will be spent on recovery? How much of it will be a lot? How much will be spent on getting ready essentially for the final showdown with Westchester for this year?
Yeah, for this year. Well, can tell you that Rachel's probably already in the office working on the scout for Sunday. But yeah, we're going to spend a lot of time recovering, regrouping, refocus, coming in with the right mindset for Sunday is really important.
Do you do any kind of a walkthrough tomorrow?
Yeah, but light.
But just light.
Just light, yeah.
Hands on sticks?
Yes, definitely.
Passing the ball around a little
A
bit?
little passing the ball around, a lot of recovery, a lot of just discussion, talk through it mostly more than anything.
In the couple of times we've spoken in the last couple of weeks, we've talked about critical times of the game. Getting off to such a good start today in both halves, was that, I mean, obviously that's how any coach would draw it up.
Yeah.
But how did your team put that into play today, literally?
I just think we kept our foot on the gas the whole time. Kept positive mindset. We talked a lot the last week about, keeping a positive mindset, and no matter, they're going to score goals. We know that they were the top team in the West. There's no surprise to us that they were going to score goals. We expected that. So just being able to recover quickly and getting back into it and getting to the next draw is really important.
So they're big players. They're 2 goal scorers. They're 2 sisters.
Yep.
They were kind of muted today. What did you see out there that caused that?
I think our defense played awesome. We were aware of them, but they also have a lot of other talented girls on the field. So I think if we could just be aware of where they were at all times, it was going to help us be successful.
Is it simple enough to say it's just a matter of stopping those two? Or I mean,
no, I think their offense is very balanced. I mean, I know those are their two main girls, but they have a lot of very fast attackers as well that could definitely have been more of a threat today. They were feeding the ball more than they normally do today.
Yeah.
So I think if we took them out of the game of their drives, then we just had to be aware of the feeds.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it is what it is.
yeah. Okay.
So, what is going to be your, when you encapsulate how you feel about this team, you don't want to, and I would never want to ask a coach to pick a team and say, your favorite team, but how is this team and how is this group going to loom large in your experience here at ESU?
I'll see how Sunday goes, and then I'll let you know.
Okay, fair enough.
No, they're a good group. Excited. Like I said, the last time we went to the Final Fours, this group was freshmen. They're a great group. They're very talented and they're great young women, which that's not a rare thing. We always have great kids on this team.
Yeah.
Where we can finish is important. So we can do well on Sunday. I mean, we'll see.
Given that, these ladies are, at least in the seniors and the grad students, probably finishing their lacrosse career, not to say that any of them couldn't move on as a coach somewhere else.
Right.
Is there a coach in waiting that you would see from this group of players that is graduating now that you would say, geez, I wouldn't be surprised if that person, or heck, Tatyana may make a great goalie coach somewhere?
I think Tatyana can be more than just a goalie coach. So
Okay.
I think Tat would be my pick.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what about, what is her vision of the game give you that,
She just sees the field really well. And like I said, she's a great person. She's grown a lot over the last 4 years. And Leo X'd out. My bad. Bring your kid to the interview day.
Yeah.
There it is. So I think that her growth as a person and a player will help her be a great coach, because it's not just about the X's and O's. It's about building the character of the people on your team. So I think she will be more than capable of doing that.
So Coach, talk about getting the win today and moving on.
Yeah, very exciting game. I think we played really well, Todd. Overall, great performance from our offense and our defense.
And the important part is now you get to move on, and that's I guess the goal. Talk about that.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we wanted the whole time. We weren't looking past this game by any means. We knew we had to play really well today, but we're really excited to get the opportunity to see Westchester again.
Overall, talk about the progression to this point in the season. It's really been building up to this point, especially after not getting to play much last year at all.
Yeah, I mean, the girls, the team had to buy in, with all the COVID restrictions and everything else through the year. We were excited that 3 of our team members came back to play the extra year that they gave. And overall, I'm just super proud of what we've done so far this year. And I know we're not done.
Talk about specifically today's game. What did you do well against Seton Hill that you'd like to see continued on Sunday?
Honestly, I think all parts of the field played well today, and that's why we were successful. Tot had a great day, made some great saves. The defense was sending the double and being aggressive, and the offense, I think, had their best day yet.
All right, perfect. That's all I need. Thank you so much, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk. A lot happens when you're the goalie during the course of the game. You just explain what it was like to walk into this knowing that the next game you lose, that potentially as a player. Can you explain what it's like to go into a familiar but daunting situation where if you lose, the season's over, you win, you keep going?
So this isn't the first time we've been in this position, obviously. It's one game at a time, obviously. So our main goal is to win the next game. It's to perform as much possible, as best as possible to continue on. I think if you have the mindset as that this could be your last and final, you're not going to turn out too well,
The ball goes into the net at the buzzer to end the first half. Can you explain what it was like in the huddle during halftime and what exactly, from your vantage point, turned the momentum back your way after a tough end of that first half?
So I usually sit on more the defensive side. Obviously, we talked about playing to the whistle. That was our problem with that first half shot. I think if we would have held on for maybe even a second more, that goal wouldn't have necessarily gone in. good to see in Hill for getting that goal in, obviously. I just think it was about turning around, communicating a little bit more, having each other's backs, and playing to the full end of the game, to the last whistle.
Over the course of the game, you make many saves, but was there one day where you thought to yourself, well, maybe we have turned the momentum decisively in our advantage?
Here's a save. I think we had the game pretty much from the start, honestly. I think Seton Hill did a great job from holding us to about 2, and then we ended up expanding it. I don't think there was at any point. I just think maybe a little bit after the first half was a turnaround point.
Were you able to keep track in your mind and know when you made the save to set the program record?
I had a good clue. I try really not to keep numbers in my mind. It kind of messes with you a little bit mentally, but I kind of knew once that clear went off and then we made that shot, obviously when you announced it, good feeling.
The Cada sisters only scored 1 goal and had 1 assist the entire game. How was the back line able to keep them in check the whole way?
So obviously we do some type of film. Our main goal is, yes, to see what they do, but we don't change our game at all. We play our game and let them evolve to us. And I think it worked perfectly for us this game.
Is that the same strategy, the same agenda that you'll adopt for Sunday's game against Westchester?
That's going to be up to the coaches, but based off my beliefs, I think we're going to play more our game. We don't really like to change too much to who we play. That's when you start to mess yourself up.
What's it been like going through this journey, feeling like you've done everything you can to beat Westchester, you've come up short 3 times. When you have a performance like this today, how much energy, how much positivity do you feel like that this coming Sunday is going to be different?
I think we're a train that's rolling. It's going to take a lot for us to stop right now, honestly.
Talk about the group that you've been with since your time. What does it mean for this group to play together for the entire career here at ESU, including, last year, which, got off to a decent start, but then, everything got shut down and you come back again, pretty much with the same group of girls. Coach had talked to us about the 3 groups of freshmen that she considered herself to have. But without those teammates, you guys have been the core group for the last several years. What's it been like, matriculating your way through the program?
So basically, I still, since I started my freshman year, I've been with only, according to right now, it's 2 other individuals. That's Hannah Cicero and Madison Mulligan. Been very lucky to play with them, obviously. I've had basically the same defense in front of me probably for my last 4 years, which I'm very lucky. It makes us able to communicate a lot easier, and we know how each other plays. I know what someone else's strengths, so I step up whatever their weakness is. I'm going to say I'm so happy to be with this team. Obviously, everyone dealt with COVID-19. A lot of teams had their struggles, especially this season. I kind of say COVID-19 is part of the game now.
Right.
Obviously. So every time we go to testing, we took down a very strong lockdown and everyone bought it. And I'm very proud of our whole team for doing that as well. I wouldn't want to do it with any other team. 100%.
So let me ask you what you think your future, look past Sunday, win or lose, obviously if you win, the season continues, but when the season eventually comes to an end, what do you see as your future? Field hockey obviously has meant, lacrosse has meant so much to you as a student here at ESU.
I love lacrosse. I love this team. ESU opened up a lot of things for me. I don't think I'm done with the game yet. It's basically it. Yeah.
Well, that's great.
I love this. I can't give it up just yet. No matter what, whether we win a national championship, whether Sunday's the last day,
Right.
I promise you Sunday won't be the last time I'm on the field.